Hello, and welcome to your first ever Written in the Stars monthly tarot forecast. My name is Madeline Joan, and I've been reading tarot and doing astrology for a little more than 20 years. You can check out more about me in my About video, but I want to thank you. I really appreciate you tuning in to your first ever tarot forecast, and I hope you find your reading empowering, evocative, and resonant. I'm a very informal reader, so you will probably hear some cuss words. You may see a cat cross over the spread. My apologies if you do. But as long as I've been doing readings, this is my very first time doing one on YouTube. So hi, and I'm super excited to meet you, and I hope that you enjoy this. And without further ado, on to your reading. Well, Aries, you are definitely at a pivotal moment. You're definitely at a crossroads. You are walking away from something, and it is very right for you to walk away from this thing. You're closing a difficult chapter. You're done beating a dead horse. It's done. It's over. You're walking away for your own good. Let's look at this guy. So, in the classic Rider-Waite imagery, you see a man on his front with 10 swords in his back and a little, delightful pool of blood flowing around him. Here, the imagery is a little less stark, but you can still see that this isn't a happy card. Swords are the mental realm. These swords aren't stabbing anybody. They're not killing anybody. They are... they say sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me, but we know that that's not true. Words, fights, arguments, these things cause deep traumas, and some of them are impossible to forget. We can try to forgive, but we can't forget. There may be a situation in which somebody has said or done something to you, again, only in the mental realm. I'm not feeling like this is physical abuse. This is more like mental or emotional abuse, or just someone making you feel cut off. And it's time to walk away from that. It's time to walk away from that painful situation. It's not going to feed you anymore. It's not going to change. And really, the most important thing about this man is that he's walking away from these 10 swords. He's walking away from the source of pain toward a new day, a rising sun. You're becoming the magician. This experience wasn't for nothing, this painful experience. You have all the skills necessary. You've learned something from it. As a matter of fact, for some of you, that pain is going to catalyze a great inspiration. Here you are at that crossroads I was talking about. You have the world in your hands. You can stay where you are. You can keep doing what you're doing. It's going fine. But you have this. You have this amazing idea, this amazing inspiration. This is the Ace of Wands. Wands are your inner fire, your willpower, your creativity, your spirit. This comes from deep within you. Something is burning to emerge, and you have to let it out. And this right here, this says that you need to be honest. You need to send your message as harsh as you think it may be, as rough as you think it may be. To send this message, you need to be the Page of Swords, and you need to cut people off without worrying about it. That sounds harsh. And honestly, Aries, you are pretty blunt. You're pretty honest. You don't usually have a problem saying, this is how I feel about this, and this is what I'm going to do. But I do feel that it's a little hard for you to do this. This is a little bit alienating. But you have to do this. You have to do it in order to move forward. You have to do it in order to you need to move away from these tumultuous waters. You're moving on to higher education, a smoother time, a time of understanding and enlightenment, like things that were so tumultuous and so difficult that they didn't even make sense to you. They're going to start to make sense as you get further and further away from this negative situation, this difficult thing, this dead horse that you've been beating for a while, and Spirit says you've been beating it, trying to bring it back to life. And that's kind of an interesting image, but it just says to me that some of you have been working really hard, and somebody else has not been. Someone else or something else has not been giving you the returns for the investment that you're making. The emotional and energetic investment that you're making into something isn't having the returns that you want. Okay, so... Sorry, I just want you to be able to see everything here a little closer. Pardon my adjustments. This is my first time. Be gentle. Okay. When you do this, when you clear the way, when you walk away from this negative situation in order to embrace this beautiful new thing that's coming into your life, this beautiful initiative, this excitement, this thing that fills you with passion, you're going to be clearing the way. And when you clear the way, you invite in new resources. You invite in new beautiful things. You have the page of Pentacles is, Pentacles are the earth element, right? So that's property, money, resources. You have a wildly full of potential seed, but this seed will come to nothing if you don't nourish it, water it, love it, take care of it, tell you how much you care about it every day, the way people talk to their plants, and some people think that they're crazy. Well, this project of yours, this initiative, this idea here in this ace, it needs your love. It needs your attention. Don't ignore it. Don't think that you can just stick a seed in the ground and then it's going to grow into an orchard. No, it needs your attention. It needs your love. It needs you to cultivate it. And my God, to have the Empress as your final card, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but to have this as your final card says that, I mean, you have the amazing potential to birth something beautiful. I mean, notice how pregnant she is. Notice how beautiful she is. The Empress is the great receiver. She has this ability to attract into her life luxury, bounty, what she wants. She's Venusian. Venus is the attractor planet, again, luxury, beauty, aesthetics, sensual pleasures. You have the ability to bring all this into your life. It's just that you're going to have to let go of this thing that's not working at all and just be okay with the fact that it's not working. That doesn't mean you're over it. Again, forgiving can be easier than forgetting. But this is the first step in healing. And this is going to be an incredibly healing experience as well. Diving into what is working for you. Diving into what is going to feed you. And again, give you returns on that energetic investment. Okay. So in walking away from this situation, you have to come face to face with your inner beast. The Strength card. Obviously, I mean, lions, king of the jungle, terrifying. Which of any one of us would approach a lion, especially in the way that this woman is approaching it, on her knees, calmly, even putting her hands near the mouth of the beast. The thing about strength is this is not about brute strength. This is not about, and again, Aries, you're a fire sign. You tend to barrel in first, ask questions later. This is a very different energy. This is approaching your inner beast, and your inner beast can be rage, it can be jealousy, it can be depression, it can be anxiety. Whatever your inner turmoil, whatever form that takes, whatever emotion that takes, it's time to approach it with love and confidence and peace. You don't come at depression throwing punches because it will swallow you. But depression doesn't really know what to do if you approach it with love and acceptance and saying, yes, you're a part of me. Okay, how can I work with you? What can I do for you? That's completely turning it on its head. That's completely opening things up for a new sense of, I mean, this is one of the best and happiest cards that you can get, this Four of Wands. This is happiness. This is being received. This is being supported. This is the happy homecoming card. This is the card of, I feel so welcome. I feel so supported. I feel so important and valued and celebrated, and I am celebrating others. Yes, you're going to be, it's like you are losing this battle, losing it, okay? Losing meaning it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. That actually doesn't necessarily mean you lost, especially to see that this is where you end up by the end of August. What you are giving up. Okay, and I'm feeling specifically that some of you are going to be walking away from relationships. That doesn't mean necessarily romantic relationships. There are going to be some people that just do not see eye to eye with you, that just cannot hear what you're saying, see what you're saying. They just cannot get on the same page with you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It doesn't even mean necessarily that they are wrong. If they can't see it this way right now, it's time to walk away. Don't fight for it anymore. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting others. Lay back. Lay low. And what I'm hearing is that for some of you, the laying back and the laying low is what's going to draw in this thing that you want. This thing that you feel like you're walking away from and you can never have. For some of you, that is going to be coming back in. And for some of you, that's not going to be coming back in, and that's a good thing. Be willing to accept the loss of some of these relationships or some of these situations that you wish could have gone on, that you tried so hard to make last, that dead horse that you kept on beating, hoping to bring it back to life. Let it go. Have faith. Something beautiful is growing in your life. And this thing that's growing in your life is independent of all of this. This is born of you. This is your soul, your inspiration, your excitement. So you all have... okay, I can't talk. You have the new moon and the sun are rising in your house of creativity. You have the potential to whatever it is that is inside of you. Some people want to write a play, some people want to write music, some people paint, draw, model. Everyone has something creative within them, even if they don't think so. Some people play games in a very creative way, and these are also ruled by the 5th house. It's time to dive into what excites you, what fires you up, what makes you just jazzed to get up and go in the morning. So even if you can only carve out an hour a day for this, 2 hours a week for this, you got to do it. You've got to invest in this if you want it to yield what you want it to yield. And I feel very strongly that it can yield what you want. You're the Empress, male or female. You're able to receive right now. You're drawing in all through August what is meant to be for you. You are creating. And this month is all about manifesting for you and all about creating astrologically. And to see this reflected in your tarot cards, please, 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 please put your focus on what inspires you. So every month I'm going to be pulling one of these cards to say, this is you, and this is what you need to do and be the most. This is what, if you take, nothing else from this reading, this is what you need to remember. This is what you need to remember. You're the magician this month, Aries. You have all the skills you need. He has every suit in the tarot. He has his pentacle, his sword, his cup, and his wand. And the magician, he brings ephemeral thoughts into the tangible world. He doesn't just have amazing inspiration. He plants the seed, he manifests. You can manifest what you want and begin to manifest. Since this is a seed, you can begin to manifest what you want and bring it into you this month. When you accept that you have all the skills necessary, the magician is also number 1. He doesn't need a partner. He doesn't need... This doesn't mean that you don't need anybody at all. But obviously, we all need resources, emotional resources, family, friends, lovers. But you don't have to wait on anybody to make this happen. You don't have to get anyone's permission. You don't have to get anyone's input. If somebody is not giving you what you need, walk away, create it yourself. The potential is here. The receiving is here. The bounty is here. Abundance. I see beautiful things in you and for you in August. Trust yourself. It's so cliched, but believe in yourself. And don't expect anybody else to validate your vision. Don't fight any more losing battles. Don't exchange any more harsh words. Do your own thing. Cut through the crap. Cut through all the bullshit and just plant your seeds. And remember what you want so that you can bring it into you. Thank you so much for listening. I'm wishing you a great month. If you enjoyed this video, I would really love it if you would like it and share it with anybody that you think would enjoy it. If anything resonated with you or brought up any questions, I would love to hear your questions, comments, and insights in the comments below. And if you really enjoyed this reading, you can also follow me on social media or on my blog, writteninthestars.co, all of which I've also linked below. And if you really, really liked it, you can book a one-on-one reading with me by finding me at any of those links below. And I really look forward to working with you. Again, blessings to you and yours. Have a fabulous August 2016, and I will see you next month. Bye-bye.